Hello friends, I am Prashant Singh and you're watching Zee Business. Welcome to another episode of The Right Property Show. First of all, we want to thank you all from the core of our hearts for showing your trust in The Right Property Show. A big sign of your faith in our show is that we have started getting questions in our comment section. And now it is our responsibility to do the good research and come up with the answers. In the last episode, one of our viewers, Mr. Surendra Kumar, asked us sale deed, will deed and mutation of property. So here are details and we will also tell you about the importance of these documents. Number 1, sale deed. In simple terms, a sale deed is a legal document that showcases and contains the transfer of the title, rights and the ownership of a property from a seller to a buyer. Always remember, it is the most important document between the seller and the buyer. It is basically a legal proof of transaction between the buyer and the seller. Mind you, the purchase or sale of property is not legally complete until both buyer and seller sign the sale deed. Now, what we want to advise here to our viewers is that do not sign the sale deed if you are not satisfied with the terms and conditions. What it means is always read the sale deed very carefully and comprehensively before signing it, because in case of any dispute, this is a document that will help you a lot. Number 2, will deed. In easy words, will deed is also a legal document, but what it does is it confers the ownership of personal property and assets from the person who is giving property and making the will to the person who is receiving the property and assets. Will deed is legally effective only upon the death of the person who is making the will. Basically, will deed is a legal instrument for succession and property planning. So what are the benefits of the will deed? A will deed limits the possibilities of future family disputes. What is even more important to note here is that the testator means the person who makes the will may change or revoke the will in his or her lifetime with the fresh will. The crux of the matter is that the will deed ensures that there are no legal disputes in future amongst the people who are receiving the assets and personal property. Number 3, mutation of property. In simple language, it is one of the most important legal procedures that you as a buyer have to follow in order to get the complete ownership of that particular immovable asset. Mutation of land changes the title ownership from one person to another. When a property is sold or transferred, by means of mutation, title entry gets changed in local authorities' land records, and it helps you and local authorities to calculate your property and tax liability. In many states, the mutation of property is also known as Dakhil Kharij. Now, you must know why it is so important. Mutation of property is a mandatory process in all legal transactions involving property and to avoid the controversies over the ownership of the land. Now, one more important aspect. If you cannot decode what is written in the sale deed, will deed and property mutation papers, then it is always advisable to take the help of legal and real estate experts so as to avoid any confusion and controversy in future. So this was the lowdown on sale deed, will deed and mutation of property and why they are so important. In case you have any questions related to real estate, please share these in comment section and we will try to take up as many as possible. We'll meet again in the next episode with whole new bag of information on real estate so that you can successfully find the right property, because getting the right property is your right.